everybody. How's everyone doing today? Tonight, I should say. Oh, it's been thundering here for like... Hi, Valerie. Welcome in. Greetings, greetings. It's been thundering here for an hour now, but no drop of rain yet. We'll see if that'll change soon. How you doing, Valerie? You've been better? What's wrong? Ah, love drama. Don't you love that? God. What is it? Your boyfriend or girlfriend or... Yeah. Like my dad always said, this stuff is more of a headache than anything else. That's my last one out of this package. Just here. Oh, be smart, be smart. There it is. Okay. He's with his best friend. So like he's with you and another person? Sorry. Okay, finally done. Oh. Hey, Peachy, how are you? Angel, how are you? Oh, that's a tricky situation. That also depends on, like, you know. So what do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? That's the question. I'm good. I'm just peachy. No, I hate when people fucking say that shit. Um, oh, wait a minute. Did I upload? Yeah, okay. I can still upload it to the other one too, I think. It's okay. I'll do it. The thunder is happening. It's happening right now. So I think it's about to go down. It said it was supposed to be raining at around this time. So anyway, people. All right, Peachy, you're first. You got a question you want to ask, or? Oh. You found out that he actually likes you more than that? No question? Okay. No problem. All right, Valerie, you're right after Peachy here. Oh, what do we got going on here? Why can't you? No. Well, you can still get a 1-card reading, and if you sub a tier 1, then you get a 3-card reading, and if you sub a tier 2, you get a 10-card reading. And you know, Peachy, that's one of those things. Like, I've been through that too. That phase where I don't do anything, and then I feel like super guilty about it and stuff like that. But it's not. It's okay. It's okay because, you know, you need to also grow, you know, as a person yourself separately from your craft, you know, and then taking longer breaks can sometimes be beneficial because you come back very refreshed and, you know, with a very clear approach, you know. So it's not a bad thing always, okay? So but let's see what the card says here. Aha! Good news. Good news. So you got the 5 of Pentacles inverted, and so this card talks about possible potential new employment and new beginnings and better outlook. Okay, so do not be alarmed. Things are going to get better. Okay, so this is what this card talks about. Better times, and like I said, possible new employment. Now, employment doesn't always mean that it's a job, an actual, you know, job that you use for, you know, to pay your bills, but it can also mean a calling of yours, like your craft, for instance. Okay, maybe it means that you're going to be doing new things, you know, trying new things. So yeah, that's very good. You've been thinking about getting a job? Yeah, the 3 card now is only available through subbing. So maybe that's what this is talking about, Peachy. You know, maybe this is really explaining here that this is something in your near future. You know, a new employment. Yes. Did I already give you your reading when you subbed back then, or did you sub today? I can't remember now if I did or not. All right, that concludes your Peachy. It's okay. So it's kind of a bit of both then, so it seems. It's good. It's good. You know, new things are always good. Trying new things, you know, different scenery, whatever you want to call it, different things. It's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. It can help when you feel stagnant, you know, when you have things like that going on. Okay, Valerie, you're next. Anything in particular you want to inquire about, or just a general reading? Will Jay tell me how he feels in the future? Yeah, PG, that's good. That's good. And it is uncomfortable. Yes, yes. But it can help. Sometimes only little, but oftentimes it can help a lot. So that's good. I think that's a good idea. Oh, Val. I hope he does. Well, thank you everybody for being here. Very nice. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. I'm going back to work tomorrow. That's fine. Come on now, storm. Start already. I've been waiting. I've been wanting it to storm. My neighbors are so fucking annoying. Okay. Let's see here, Valerie. Hopefully we'll see. Oh, warning, you know, not all the time will the card tell me specifically. You know, it can be something totally different. It can be talking about something totally different that has nothing to do with your question. So I just want you to be prepared in case that happens, okay? Okay. Page of Pentacles inverted. This is about somebody that is opposing new ideas and new things. Okay, this is about somebody that is kind of stuck in their ways. Yeah, it's somebody that opposes new ideas, a rebellious youth, and very close-minded. Now, it is always difficult to say because we don't have a timeline on these cards here, right? Or on this card. So I'm thinking that sounds like him. Okay. Because I was just going to say, I don't think that's you, but it is somebody around you at some time. You know, close past, present, or very close future. Okay. Yeah, so when I'm thinking rebellious youth, when I'm thinking opposes new ideas, I think that at the moment he's not really wanting to do anything about the situation. Hi, Scooby, how are you? I think he thinks it's not the right time or not the right thing to do at the moment. He opposes the idea of coming clear, you know, with you and with everybody and everything. Rebelling against it, you know. Yeah. So now, because your question was, will he tell you in the future? It could be that he's never going to tell you. That he just opposes that and he doesn't want to do it, and he's not going to do it. I hope that's not true, but it could very well be. But like I said, this could be for momentarily, and must not necessarily be a permanent thing, because fate of all of us changes constantly. So yeah, it could be something throughout your time together that will make him just suddenly break this out of this spell, if you will, and say, you know what, I'm going to tell her, and I'm going to do this. So that concludes you, Valerie. All right, Scooby. No, it's only one card reading now, Scooby. You're welcome, Val. You're welcome. It's really loud now. I try to get my one. Yeah, I know, but you only get one 3-card reading per sub. Yeah. That's how I have that set up now. But it's with the 1-card reading, it's the same as with the 3-card readings. You can, with your channel points, you can get as many as you want. Ah. Okay. So I'm gonna be on here for a couple of hours, and then, we'll see what happens. So far, so good. Glad everybody's here. I hope things will work out for you, Peachy and Valerie. For sure, for sure. All right, Scooby. Let's see. Oh my God, no! Didn't you have this a couple of weeks ago? The Tower. So this is about abrupt and sudden changes, okay, and traumatic event, okay, severe change, loss or accident, ruin, upheaval. So in your future, a traumatic, pretty much like a disastrous event will occur in your life. You will lose something, someone in some way. So that's really shitty. And it will cause you grave pain, and you will be kind of suffering for a while there from this change and everything. So, damn it. But I guess that's just part of being alive, We are a bundle of emotional, bags of meat, of flesh. So we go through that whether we want to or not, And loss is a very common thing, because we are all biodegradable. So at some point, these things, that'll just be what it will be. Okay, the moon. Okay, so, this is fun. I'll do this all day. Okay, so so you just asked how your day was gonna go, okay? Because, so the moon stands for outside forces that are manipulating you, okay? The moon is this is how I read my Oh my god, look at my mirror. It's like a white dot. It's so weird. I was just looking at it. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so yeah, the moon is like being influenced by outside forces, okay? Brainwashing and its dark influences, trickery, illusion, and subconscious control. I don't like the sound of that at all, and I had like a little bit of a hunch earlier, but I'm hoping it's not like somebody close to you that's trying to get into your thing somehow, trying to manipulate you or something like that. Thank you, Pixie, for following. Welcome in. Greetings, greetings. Okay, so now then we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is good. It's about impulsive, making impulsive decisions, which can be bad, but I think in this case is not bad. Yeah, it's about kind of like hasty decisions, a sudden journey, and like I said, impulsive behavior. Okay, so I don't know if you found yourself throughout the day doing that or acting like that or with a particular situation, or maybe this is just in general for you. And then what was the last one? The Five of Cups inverted. Okay, the Five of Cups inverted is good. The Five of Cups inverted is all about being living in reality, okay, looking at hard facts and standing with both feet on the ground, not being in some sort of fantasy world or anything, but you're looking at hard facts and what did you say? Five of Cups. Five of Cups, yeah. So also very much about new relationships and return of a past friend. So I don't know if that's something that you can resonate with, but yeah, that's what these cards mean. I think my cat's like me. It's like, I got my door open, you can come in. You don't want that past friend? Why not? Remember, guys, if you have Amazon Prime, use it. Use the sub that you get with Amazon Prime, and if you use the sub, you get a 3 card reading. And it's free for you to use it. It doesn't cost you anything. Oh, okay, okay. I understand that. Yeah, friendships are difficult, especially for people like, I don't know, for people like me, for instance. I always have something to complain about. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't with the friends I have now, but maybe that has nothing to do with them. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm like getting older, so I'm just more accepting of things. I don't know. I can't tell, but I know back in the day I'd have friendships and I'd always have something to bitch about, and it's like, but I still would do, and back then would have done anything for my friends, anything, doesn't matter if they needed me. So this was just internally. I wouldn't talk about it either, but I would be kind of maybe upset or sad about some things that they would do. Um, but it's hard. Human relationships, maintaining them, it's hard. You have to be accepting and understanding about some things, and other things, no. And other things are just not acceptable, like blatant disrespect or betrayal or lies. things like that. That's not something that needs to be tolerated. But I mean, like little character flaws, little annoying things that maybe your friends do, or that's something that we have to be accepting. It's like family. We shouldn't be so, you know. Oh, so she is the one. Gotcha. She is the one that's yeah. But maybe she's been going through that for a long time too. Maybe she just needs somebody like, I don't know, hug her, be there. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what she did to you. Maybe she's just really not a good person. Or not a acceptable person, I should say. Oh, maybe not. Maybe she's not gonna be mean. Maybe she's hoping that you will do that. You never know. Hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Like when you put pressure on people, or you put people in a particular position or situation, uh, it can really go either way. You never know. You can know a person for many many years, and then you put them in a unique situation, and suddenly you see, wow, you know, they act very different than expected in the situation. So I understand that you're a little bit like nervous about it, because you may find yourself in that position where it's like, you know. Damn, why is this message coming in there so often? That's way too often. I gotta change that. No. What? Oops. What? Oh, okay, I was gonna say, come on now. Oh, pff. So, oh. Is it that one that comes so often? Oh, that's not even the one. I gotta go in. How do I do it? Oh, that's command. Yeah, so that's not even. It's gotta be under here. Oh, there's. Okay. Okay, that's. Oh, okay, that's the one that's gotta go. Okay. That's what we want. And not. You gotta change that. Okay, this one's got just delete. And then this one. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Sorry about that. Sometimes technical. Thank you for following Yet to Be Known to Me. Charmcaster 333. Yeah. Yeah, some, I mean, of course I see, psychic readers on there and stuff like that on TikTok when I go on there. Some of them are just like, I roll my eyes. I'm like, you're so full of it, and others are really good. There's some really good ones there, but those are less, but then I'm always, watching them because, they're good at what they do. I watched something on TV yesterday, with a psychic medium, going to a supposed haunted location or whatever, and she was good. And I'm pretty good at guessing whether these are actors or not. Even so, I mean, I could still be wrong. I don't know. But it did not. It was supposed to be a documentary, and it seemed totally genuine. It seemed like they were not actors. It seems like they were really there. And she was good. And the people that brought her there and everything, they were just like, oh my god, like how does she know that stuff? And I'm like, yeah, it is weird. We just, like, I can't even, whenever people ask me that stuff, I'm like, it's hard to explain. Like, it just kind of comes to me in some weird way. I don't know how to explain it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's intuition. Yeah. Hola, Luis Mendaro. How are you? Thank you for following. Welcome in. Yeah, it took me a long time to kind of like really evolve in my intuitive self. It was always more something else. The intuition didn't really kick in until my late 20s. And even then it was very, it's still, I'm still working on that. That's always been the weird part for me, because my intuition has betrayed me many times, but my visions have never betrayed me. Now if I can get them both to work together, then that would be good. Oh, I see here. What is this? Te puedo decir una pregunta. I speak 3 languages, but Spanish, I'm not that good. That's not one of those languages. I can say a few words, but I don't know exactly what you're saying. My first language is German, so if you can speak German, then we can speak, or Serbian I can speak. My father was from there, and English. You've been having weird dreams? Yeah. Sí. Thank you, shoppers. That's fine, Scooby. Just you have more crystals or no? Just redeem another one card reading. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. Yeah, and like I said earlier, guys, if you have Prime, use your Prime sub. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one Prime sub a month for free that you can use on me if you want to get a 3-card reading. If you want to get a 10-card reading, sub tier 2 will do. For a 1 card, we just do the channel points. Crystals. What's that? Something is happening right now. There's a crazy event at the moment. What is it? What is it? Why is it stuck on there? That's weird. I don't know. Oh, family stuff. You know, good thing that you could do with that, Peachy, is write them down. Buy yourself like a dream journal and record your dreams. It is important. Some dreams are really just your brain processing things, and it's very normal. But some dreams, they go a little bit deeper. You know, they could be potential visions, or they could be residual things from your past, passed down from your ancestors in your DNA or blood. Things that they experience that you're seeing in your dreams. So I would really write them down, and also write down how they make you feel, you know, because I know from my experience, like when I have dreams, when I know it's just a dream, then I feel very differently than if I'm traveling somewhere in my sleep, or if I'm having some sort of a residual you know, vision or passed down from my ancestors. I feel different each time. That's how I'm able to separate them, because it is hard to separate them, you know. But the feeling that you get is what helps you separate the dreams, you know, from actual just dreams, or actual, you know, more serious things, you know. All right, Scooby. Hey, you can do however many you want, Scooby. However many 1 cards you want. However many channel points you have. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I knew we were going to have something good. So this is very good here, Scooby. The Magician, okay. So this is talking about manual dexterity. This is talking about learning a new skill, and putting your new skill to good use. Okay. Let's see. I don't want to leave anything out. I haven't had this card in a minute, at least not upright. It's about putting your creativity to use. It's about exploring your potential abilities, skilled hands, and emerging talent. Okay, so that's good. That is something that will help you continue down the road. Okay, this is big. You know, this is like maybe learning a new talent, or getting a new job where you can really blossom. You know, so that's good. That will help you. Oh. So that can really be something that maybe your ancestors left you. Maybe somebody, from your family back then had an experience with this man, and this is, you know, being passed down now, so to say, you know, and you're dreaming of this traumatic event that, you know, your ancestor may have had with this man. So the emotion there is connected, you know. Could be. And the reason why I think it is very possible is because it's very specific. And you said you don't even know who this guy is, right? You've never seen that guy before? Yeah. So, the feeling I always get when I have dreams where I see a person that I've never seen before, I know that, this is something else, because, of course, we can say that sometimes it is our brain making up these faces, just randomizing features and then putting together a face that is, that's science. But this particular thing that you're telling me that you had a feeling when seeing this man, this is what leads me to believe, because if we see these, I have this very often where I see people in my dreams that I've never seen before and have no feeling about it whatsoever, because my brain just randomized a person in my head. But if you get a particular feeling when seeing this person, I do think there's an attachment of some sort. This is not just a random thing, because this feeling has got to be coming from somewhere, and it leads me to believe that it's connected from an experience that was had with this person. What else would it be? Or potentially something that will occur in the future, and it is a warning of some sort. Mm-hmm. You knew you were dreaming. So it was kind of like somebody was like invading your dream, like violating kind of your privacy in a sense. Mm-hmm. That could be a very a strong residual energy that tries to get under people's skin for some reason, or maybe a particular reason for you. Who knows? Um, oh wow, yeah. I've had many of those. I've had all those feelings. Can be very chaotic sometimes. Inside of my hand is itching. You know what that means? Money. I will get money. That's what it supposedly means. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then that is definitely not, it's not a constructive thing, or the person is not a constructive and a person that could be an asset of some way, because if they were, then he wouldn't have had this feeling. If they were somebody trying to give you a message or a signal of some sort, then you would have never had this feeling. So that it then still leads me to believe that this is from a past experience of your ancestors with this man. What kind of clothes was he wearing? Why is this still not? That's a very, especially like you probably didn't have a weapon or anything in your dream, because we usually don't. We're usually very helpless in these situations. Now that is then the psyche, right? That is about what is your fear, and your fear is that you cannot defend yourself. You have nothing to defend yourself against this person, um, invading your privacy, whatever. Um, mm, yeah, that's not a good. Mm-mm, that's shitty. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, I think I might hop over here to my gaming stream tonight, because I don't see much more activity in here. But yeah, Peachy, like I said, write it down, make a thing. Mm-hmm. Getting bigger and bigger. Yeah. So it's like it's not going to let you get away from him in any way. Mm. I hate that shit. See, here's something. And you're gonna find that so like bizarre. I already know that, okay? Uh mm-hmm. Yeah. That's another thing that you probably fear, that you have something happening and nobody will help you because nobody believes you're telling the truth about. Yeah, so I used to use a trick because I used to have, I mean, I had night terrors for like 10 years of my life. Night terrors, okay? It was very traumatic event for my parents more than for me because I would usually not really remember what happened, but my parents would, and I would be walking around and I would like I guess I would see fucking like my parents' faces were all distorted, and because I would always scream when I saw their face, and I was scared of it. And it was a really bad experience for 10 years of my life. I wasn't allowed to do certain sports. I wasn't allowed to do many things because my mother tried to prevent from these night terrors being triggered. But I had them every single night, and it was like upon waking up from this night terror, when I'd be sitting on my dad's lap or something, and my mom and dad were trying to wake me up, and then I would wake up, and then I would go to my room, and there was always this round mirror that we had in the hallway, because I had to go through the kitchen into the hallway and then up the stairs to my bedroom, and then I would look in the mirror after this night terror, and I wouldn't even look like myself. It was very strange. I would look so pale, and my eyes would be so small, and I looked very strange after these night terrors every time. But anyway, what I'm about to talk about now is not about night terrors. This is about regular, like, nightmares. So whenever I would have a nightmare or like an unpleasant dream, I had this trick that in my dream, and it was not about like, I didn't even think about, did I know I was dreaming or not, or did I think it was reality? It didn't matter. But I had this little trick where in my dream, when I wanted to be out of the situation, I wished for a stairwell to appear. And then the stairwell would appear, and I would throw myself down the stairwell, and before hitting the bottom of the stairs, I would wake up. So that was my little trick that I was able to incorporate into my dreams. Okay, I would wish this little stairway to be there, and I would just throw myself down the stairwell, and then before I hit the ground, I'd wake up. It worked every time. It worked every time. So, mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I know that feeling. That the heart's just like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's not a good feeling. I know. I've had like maybe a handful of those. I'm very sorry. That sounds like a tricky, tricky situation. Hopefully you don't have that dream again. But like I said, write it down. That's what I recommend. Write it down. Write down how it made you feel. Put the date. That's also very important. Put the date on there. Um, that's what I do with my dreams. Haven't really remembered my dreams lately, so I haven't. Oh, yeah. I mean, it it is still unclear what's out there. I think many things that we cannot explain yet are out there, and I do believe, that can be humanoid entities of whatever sort and from whatever realm or universe. It's possible. Anything is possible. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is something that the natives would call the Star Children. The Native Americans. Maybe it was. Maybe so it was a star child, but not one that comes in peace, I guess. I mean, it is assumed by some to be some sort of extraterrestrial, but it's also, it could be the ancient alien theory would say that, but then of course you have you know the spiritual side of it, and then that would be considered a god, or for an ancestor that then upon dying became a god. Because in pagan religions, gods are not what a Christian religion would consider a god, right? In the Christian religion, God is all good, all giving, all this and that, which if you read the Bible, he's not, but it's said that he is. Okay, whatever. Um, but in pagan religions, we are very aware that gods are responsible not just for constructive occurrences; they are also there for destructive purposes too. And they were once very human, and they will admit that they're human. They will talk about how they're human and how they are destructive, and each god has their purpose. For instance, when you we look at a Germanic god named Tyr, that is the god of war. Now, it sounds so romantic and appealing, but the god of war is somebody that kills. The god of war is somebody that destroys. That is what war is. War has no other purpose. So, this could have very well been a star child, and one of the ones that is not in charge you know of the things that bring pleasure and you know constructive situations. Somebody that their purpose is to tear you apart in some way. Could be, for instance, because of your specific feeling that you keep talking about. Could be a god of terror. uh so this god's entire purpose, which for instance, Deimos was a Roman god. Was a god. Deimos was a god of terror and nightmares. So that's what the god does. That's what the way I believe it was that this Deimos was a person in ancient Roman times, known probably for terrorizing others, for giving other people nightmares with his actions, and being a being that was very charismatic in a way, and very much able to manipulate other people. So upon him dying, he became this god because people would speak of, oh, he still haunts me in my dreams. Okay, so now people back then, now he has become officially a god because he's still present, but just not in physical form as he was in human form, right? So he has now, through death, evolved into a god. That is what I believe is how the entirety of pantheons of all pagan gods came to be in the first place, including Jesus Christ. Okay, so I believe that these were all people, and all of these people had their purpose in life, and they died, but they were such powerful beings while they were alive that they were considered gods when they died, because they were remembered by all of these people, and all of this was written down in all the scriptures, in all the Eddas and Bibles and whatever, Quran, Torah, whatever it is, well, not Torah really, but so, and that's how I believe the reality of these things were. These were not fictitious things that were just, or people that were just invented. These were actually people that lived, and we descend from these people. So this let's just say that this man that you saw was the god of terror, right? This man was Deimos. We're just gonna say that Deimos may have been somebody that was at odds with one of your ancestors at the time that Deimos was alive, and they had, and he terrorized your particular ancestor when they were both alive, and now this has trickled down to you. you know and when we talk about, and then the ancient alien theory suggests that these gods are aliens. They're literally extraterrestrials from a different planet. Now, I would think this can be a good idea up to the point when they say different planet. I don't believe that these beings that we experience, that we, like you experience, or I have in the past as well, are necessary from different planets. But I believe there's something about dimensional travel, and travel after death, in a sense. These are residual energies that are around from people that have died. Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. When these beings come, they don't come from different planets. They come from a different dimension, and then maybe from a different planet in a sense. But I mean, that's a whole nother fucking couple of hour discussion here if I get into that now. But you know what I mean. I think what I'm trying to say is, like, all of these things, people like to make it so simple. You know, they like to say, oh yeah, the gods, they're in the sky. You know, God is sitting on a cloud, and he's watching everything we do, and he judges us. You know, or Satan is down there in the ground and he's bad, or Odin is up there in the sky riding on his horses, you know, for Yuletide, you know, whatever. For Yule, he's on the hunt, the wild hunt. These are metaphors. These are, you know, not fables, because fables are with talking animals, but which we find as well. But these are kind of like fairy tales. These are like decorated tales and stories, you know, that are blown out of proportion. But there's always a core of truth to them. Okay, so you know, um, that's what we got to find out, and the only way we can find this out is by, you know, continuing our research and continuing our scientific development in those same areas, you know, which always happens. So, and then there will come a time where we will find these truths, you know, like we found that the truth was Columbus never discovered America. Of course, Native Americans lived there, but I like to use this as an example because it is, you know, easily understood. It was the Vikings, indeed, that were here first. They just didn't fucking make it all public and shit, you know, and try to fucking destroy the people here. You know, they traded back and forth. Smaller tribes would come over, etc., etc. But it was never to the extent what Columbus, you know, the genocide pretty much that he produced then at, you know, at this time or whatever, on the Native American people. But yeah, so it is difficult because we have to remember that like history and imagination, they mix together, you know, so we have to like peel this back. That's a good one. That's a good one, Peachy. That's a good challenge. Yeah, that's a good challenge because you know, you poked a hole right there in his logic, you know, because it's not like a fucking cartoon. It's not like a cartoon where some man in the cloud with a white beard sits there and watches us, or somebody down there that's red with horns will poke us in our ass with a fucking triceps or whatever that's called, triceptor, trident. You know what I mean? Scepter, trident. You know, it's not like, and people need to understand that, you know, because that's like a child's mentality. A child believes in these fairy tales. You know, when pagans, for instance, talk about Valhalla, when we talk about Valhalla, you know, it is with an understanding that it is more in a metaphorical sense, you know, more in a fantastical sense, you know, very close to reality. We do understand that maybe nothing at all, but the best case scenario will be, you know, we go to Valhalla and every day we engage in battle, and when we're done fighting in battle, we get to sit in the great hall with Vuotan, and we like to celebrate and drink ale and celebrate our victories, you know, and that's because that is the people that we are, you know, that is in our DNA, that is in us, that is in our blood. That's how we do these things, you know. So it is this unspoken rule that this is our hopes, you know. We hope that our spirit finds itself in that scenario. Is it going to be like that? No, it's not going to be like that, and science can obviously explain, because you die, your body deteriorates. You're not just gonna look like yourself in your 20s and you're all hot and you're fighting battles and shit. That's fucking Hollywood, right? It's not gonna be like that. But the possibility of something happening to our spirit, our soul, whatever you want to call that's in us, that we cannot explain, like our consciousness, for instance, then that something will happen there, or maybe nothing, you know. But I do think something, because Einstein, a scientist, has said, you know, that the energy never depletes or gets destroyed, but it only changes. And our consciousness consists of energy, And we know it's electromagnetic energy in a sense. It's kind of an unspoken thing, I guess. That's what I'm thinking. That's my theory, I guess. Um, and upon the mortal shell or mortal flesh dying, this needs to go somewhere. There is an evolution that takes place. There is a transcendence that takes place. Um, in something happens, and death is relative, because that is the theory of relativity. Everything is relative, you know. Uh, so that we can understand that what we perceive death to be is relative to what it actually is, you know. So I think everything is a lot more complicated than we know. The secret of all of these things, or the secrets of all of these things, are a lot more complex, and a lot only available in the tiniest molecules, than we can fathom. It's not so easy with heaven and hell and da da da. It doesn't, it's, if it were, but it that is also one of these things. It was simplified in that sense to make it easier for people to follow a belief, and on the other hand, also to be able to control. When it comes to indoctrinated religions, it's always usually about control of some sense, manipulation, blah blah blah. Right, and and they do, and that's unfortunately that's how it is. They really do, and they will commit atrocities in the name of God, of their Christian God, or they will, the opposite. They will ignore and refuse to help, or I don't know, do whatever needs to be done, just because they blindly follow a book instead of following a feeling that they should have, that a person should always have an empathetic feeling, or empathetic is not the right word. It's a sympathy. You should always bear some type of sympathy, and if you don't have that, then you're borderline a sociopath. And if you need a book to understand what is morality, and of course morality is a subjective, way, because morality is subjective. What's moral to you might not be moral to somebody else, vice versa. But what I said yesterday, forcing anything violently on an innocent, is that is, we should never feel comfortable doing that. If we do, and when I say innocent, I mean somebody innocent. There's not many innocent, but exactly, like it is. I talk about this with somebody all the time, and it's like, it's about like, it's about, we are more Christian. The definition of Christian, we are more Christian, act more Christian than most actual Christians, and it's sad, because there are Christians that are very good people, I'm sure, but it's like, you get outshined because the majority is not. And that's the problem. The percentage here, the percentage of genuine Christians that work out of love in the name of God is much smaller, than the other side. So it is an old-fashioned religion. Now, of course, my religious, or my cultural views and beliefs go even further back, but this, it is the Iron Age and Bronze Age, were less primitive than their the following ages, really, because it was more humanitarian in a sense still, and it was more about actual, connection and family and clan, clanhood, if you will, than what then Christians, Yeah, I agree. I agree. I do think that's one of these things. But, as a Satanist, also, as a fundamentally satanic person, I also don't ever think that, it would also be that simple, either, because we are still responsible for our own actions. We can blame God all we want, or we can do all this shit all we want, but we are responsible. And one thing I really despise about a lot of the things that the Christians do is they will fuck things up, and they will hurt, and they will destroy, and deconstruct things and ask for forgiveness later, because they're taught their whole lives that they can do wrong, but as long as they ask for forgiveness later, they it's redemption, and it's fine, and they're fine. But I was not taught this way. I was taught that you think before you act, and you make sure that you don't do something bad before you do the thing. Not do it and then apologize and say, "Oh, it's okay." No. And that's a big problem. That's a big problem. But yeah. But I think I'm gonna hop off, guys. I'm gonna go onto my other account and start streaming Genshin Impact. So if you guys want to join me there, please come. So if not, I'll most likely be back tomorrow. But wow, what a good stream! It was a very, very great talk. Yeah, me too, Peachy. I had a very good time. It was awesome. Getting somebody else's opinion too, and things like that. Very good. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Zenespara Artai. Thank you for following. Thank you. Welcome. But I am about to hop off. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm very it was a very great stream. I want to say thank you. Okay. Thank you, Zen. If I can just call you Zen, then if you're okay with that. Thank you, Zen, for lurking. Thank you for following. Awesome. Um, and thank you, Peachy, for coming. And thank you, Valerie. Thank you. And Scooby was in here. And who else was in here? Shoppers or Shoopers. I'm not sure. Luis, gracias for coming too. And I think that's it. I think that's all we had. I think. But yeah, I did say Valerie. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Yep. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, all my new followers. You guys are all new followers. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do readings tomorrow again. I'll be back. I'm gonna try to be back tomorrow. Let's just put it that way. And then, but thank you, everybody. I'm about to go on to my other profile and stream some Genshin Impact. So if you want to join me on there, you'll get a notification. But and then of course my new other one here too, yet to be known to me. Thank you for following as well. Appreciate that. Yep. So thank you guys very much for coming. Don't forget to mourn those in spiritual turmoil. And until next time, I say tschüss, zdravo, and bye.